All right, I did not fix my beard. Actually, disorganized, but I I forgot about it. So, but it doesn't matter. What matters is the content of these videos. So this is Norbert Wiener, God and Golem in Inc. He was the father of cybernetics, a genius, yeah, from the US, as far as I know. Haven't checked properly his biography, but he deserved more than one documentary and a few books. Okay, he's making our world. Even if we don't like it, if we don't know about him, he predicted a lot of the stuff that's happening now. In one of his books, The Use of Humans by Humans, the last chapter got banned. But okay, this is the book I started to read before and I started to experience Havana syndrome. So I want to continue reading because it seems that I'm not experiencing Havana syndrome, and as I read, I'm just gonna comment and I will tell you if anything, let's say, if I receive any attack, okay? So right now the AI is telling me that I should factor of charge or something like that. Okay, here we go. To begin with learning machines, an organized system might be said to be one which transforms a certain incoming message into an outgoing message, according to some principle of transformation. So we are talking about input-output of machines. If this principle of transformation is subject to a certain criterion of merit of performance, and if the method of transformation is adjusted so as to tend to improve the performance of the system according to this criterion, the system is said to learn. I'm having intermissions there, very small, very subtle, incredibly subtle. A very simple type of system with an easily interpreted criterion of performance is a game, to be played according to fixed rules, where the criterion of performance is the successful winning of the game according to these rules. Among such games are games with a perfect theory, which are not interesting, NIM as defined by Button, and Tic-Tac are examples of such games. In these games, we not only can theorize. In these games, we cannot theoretically find a best policy for the playing of the game, but this policy is known in all its detail. The player of such game, either the first or the second, can always win, or at any rate draw by following the policy indicated. Okay. Now I got a call, but I'm gonna just not get it now. The player of such game, either the first or the second, can always win, or at any rate draw, but following the policy indicated. In theory, any game can be brought to such a state. This is the idea of the late John von Neumann. But once a game has been brought to this state, it loses all interest, and need no longer be considered even as an amusement. Remember that I'm also in heavy antipsychotic, so it becomes a little bit difficult to read because of that. But I'll let you know when I have clearly intermissions. An omniscient being such as God, that right there was an intermission. An omniscient being such as God, again, will find chess and checkers or draws in England, and right now I'm having lethargy. It's just imposed, like they make me feel lethargic. Let's go. Let's see what happened. Or draws in England or Danes on the continent. To be examples of such von Neumann games, I'm gonna really slow down, okay? But as yet, their complete theory has not been humanly worked out, and they still represent genuine contests of insight and intelligence. However, they are not played according to the manner suggested in von Neumann's theory. That is, we don't play them by making the best possible move, on the assumption that an opponent will make the best possible move, on the assumption that we shall make the best possible move, and so on, until one of the players wins or the game repeats itself. We are talking about, I do believe, a strategy. Indeed, to be able to play the game in the von Neumann manner is tantamount to possessing a complete theory of the game and to having reduced the game to a triviality. So these are kind of fixed games, yeah. It's like playing chess but knowing every single movement, yeah, beforehand, all the possible moves, all the possible games. The subject of learning, and in a particular or machines that learn to play games, might seem somewhat remote from religion. Nevertheless, there is a religious problem to which those notions are relevant. This is the problem of the game between the creator and the creature. This is the theme of the book of Job and of Paradise Lost as well. In both religious works, the devil is conceived as, devil appears in capital letter. The devil is conceived as playing a game with God for the soul of Job, or the soul of mankind in general. Now, according to the Orthodox Jewish and Christian views, the devil is one of God's creatures. Any other supposition would lead to a moral dualism, savoring of Zoroastrianism. Okay, let's see what is Zoroastrianism. Again, lethargy is just so difficult. It just makes you really tired. So one of the diagnoses that could be given for someone who has lethargy is this kind of permanent lethargy. I don't know what is the name, but chronic lethargy, I think it's called. Zoroastrianism is ancient monotheistic religion founded in Persia by the, this is Zarathustra. Okay, thus spoke Zarathustra. One of the Nietzsche's books. So any other supposition will lead to a moral dualism, savoring of Zoroastrianism and of what that bastard offshoot of Zoroastrianism and Christianity, which we call Manichaeism. And Manichaeism a dualist religious system with Christian, Gnostic, and pagan elements founded in Persia in the 3rd century. Okay, we are talking about really old religions. But if the devil is one of God's creatures, the game that furnishes the content of the books of Job and of Paradise Lost is a game between God and one of his creatures. Such a game seems at first sight a pitiful unequal contest to play, a game with an omnipotent, omniscient God in the act of a fool, and as we are told, the devil is a master of subtlety. But these are kind of intermissions. You know, I used to read the Bible in front of everyone in Colombia when I was 6 years old, 7 years old as well. And in my school, the school used to be a seminar, used to be school for only men. Some of the teenagers will follow the path of becoming priests and so on. And my father wanted that for me initially, but well, it did not consolidate. Um, I read a book about the Sao Paulo, about the devil, and then I started to realize some other stuff. But then, yeah, so happens that my reading is perfect, but every time I'm stopping when I'm talking, is because this machine is taking away my words. And if what are we humans without words? This is taking our humanity away. This is definitely make us less humans. This is taking our words. Our words is who we are, how we see the world. If they put words on us, whatever is that, they are taking away our humanity. They are imposing our reality, and that is fascism. I simply cannot continue doing the video right now.